Natasha.
Debbie, the show. We know you said it with us.
We hope you said it with us. It's taken a week, but Debbie is now sober.
We'll go with that.
Still feeling the... If you missed last week's episode, you really need to go back and give it a watch.
Yes, you should check out the Polish snacks.
Yummy.
That we had.
Yummy.
Delicious. New favorites. Plus,
She got drunk.
Maybe a beer.
She had 3 beers.
3 beers.
3 beers. And then she collapsed after the video. The night was over.
It was.
So
thank you, Poland. I appreciate it. Love you.
It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed doing the snack video and yeah. And tasting the awesomeness that is Poland so far anyway. So before we get going on today's episode, if you guys like the content we put here on the YouTube today,
give a little kiss to that like button. And also consider subscribing to our channel. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just a click of a button. And
some love out of your heart. There we go. It's a new one. Wish I'd put that on a t-shirt.
Right.
Anyway, so we did a video a couple weeks back. 101 facts about Poland. And one of the facts that stuck out for both of us that got our attention the most, not out of all of them the most, but pretty darn close. It might have been the most.
Stuck with us more than some of the others.
Yeah.
Was when Poland was using a bear with the military.
Yes. And so we're instantly in that video saying, we're finding a video on this. We're going to learn more about this bear. Need to know about this bear. Why didn't we know about this?
Why didn't we?
Yeah, I know. Like, we need to know.
But more. We're going to learn today.
We are. So this video is called The Story of, and I think this is probably me butchering it, Wojtek? Is it Wojtek?
Good try.
It's not Wojtek, that's for sure. The Polish military bear. I'm thinking it's Wojtek. I watched something and I heard them saying it, and I thought that's the way they was an American. So I was going to say, don't blame this American, but you can just blame America. It's hard to pronounce these things. I hope that's correct, but we're going to learn about him today, finally, right now.
In 1942, a band of Polish soldiers recently released from prisons and work camps stumbled upon an unlikely mascot, a brown bear cub. Enamored with his antics and friendly unlikely mascot. Soldiers recently released from prisons and work camps stumbled upon an unlikely mascot, a brown bear cub. Enamored with his antics and friendly personality, the troops took on the cub as one of their own. The bear grew and the war progressed. As the men ventured...
You guys raised him?
I know.
I didn't know you raised him.
Take a little baby and raised him.
You raised him. Food. This is awesome.
I loved him.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
This is an incredible story.
I can
already tell.
Wow. I'm sorry. I look at his little picture again.
A brown bear cub. Enamored with his antics and friendly personality, the troops took on the cub as one of their own. The bear grew and the war progressed. As the men ventured into combat, Wojtek the military bear served right by their sides, distinguishing himself enough to become an official part of the Polish military forces. Today on Weird History, we're going to find out about Wojtek, the bear who went to war. On September 1st of 1939, Poland was invaded by German military forces from the north and from the west. On September 17th, Poland was invaded by Soviet forces from the east. As a result of the invasions, more than 400,000 Polish prisoners were sent to work camps in Siberia. This double whammy on Poland was made possible by the German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact, a pact which fell apart when Hitler directed German forces to invade the Soviet Union in 1941. Not one to take a double cross very well, Stalin ordered Soviet troops to release those same Polish soldiers taken prisoner a few years earlier to join the fight against Germany. As these Polish troops made their way out of Siberia and into Iran, they met a young shepherd. The shepherd carried with him a sack, and in that sack he kept a Syrian brown bear cub. Makes carrying around your Shih Tzu in a purse seem kind of lame, doesn't it? The bear was an orphan. His mother had been killed by hunters. The playful spirit of the cub won the troops over, and they made a trade with the shepherd. The newly adopted bear left his old life to go on an adventure with Polish troopers in World War II. The fighting men gave their new friend the name Wojtek, which means joyful soldier.
Aww. That's what it means, huh?
I love the story.
I love
already.
this story too. I wonder if my Aunt Linda knows this. Oh man,
I want
there's
to go
got to be
find a
books
bear.
written about him.
I would think there are.
I would think there's. Is there a movie? Is there a movie? And if not, why not? Because that needs to be that needs to be a thing. I love this guy's channel though. Makes great stuff. We've watched quite a few things from this channel before, Weird History, and it's always good history, really interesting history is what they should call it.
A brown bear in the ranks of soldiers tends to stick out. A Syrian brown bear is a rather small bear, at least as far as bears go. As an adult, they can measure up to 4.5 feet long from nose to tail and weigh up to 550 pounds. Their fur is light brown, closer to the color of straw. The hair between their shoulder blades is often a different shade from the rest of their body, sometimes appearing as a dark stripe. And it is the only bear species known to have white claws.
Really?
Very stylish.
White claws.
But boy, do they show dirt. The bulk of the responsibilities to care for the brown bear cub fell on two men, essentially his adoptive parents, Dimitra Shaluga and Henrik Zakarowicz. Henrik, in particular, formed a close bond with the bear. In most of the films and pictures that exist of Wojtek, Henrik can always be seen nearby. Apparently, Wojtek had a helicopter parent. In the wild, a Syrian brown bear eats fruits, berries, seeds.
I don't think he meant video, like movies, because it looks like these look like, and if the guy's in there with him, like documentary films, it seems like, or documentaries, movies they made about him, like the actual bear.
Still,
I know, but
there's things that we can watch.
But yeah, we need to find more stuff. This is just too cool.
Had a helicopter parent. In the wild, a Syrian brown bear eats fruits, berries, seeds, plants, grasses, nuts, grubs, and small mammals. If particularly peckish, he will eat cultivated grains and livestock. The military was ill-equipped to care for a bear cub, so the troops made do with what they had. Wojtek was initially fed condensed milk from a bottle. But as he grew, his tastes expanded to include, well, basically anything that was available. Not a real foodie. The larger Wojtek got, the more bold he became to roam around the camp's kitchen, scrounging up a snack.
I'm sure he did.
Makes sense.
In the rare moments when his military family wasn't doing military things like packing, moving, working, or fighting, Wojtek was always up for mixing it up with his human friends. Whether Wojtek was entertaining the troops or the troops were entertaining Wojtek is hard to say. In any event, he threw back beers like one of the boys. But
I bet he did.
big talk over beers was not Wojtek's style. He was a bear of action. The larger he grew, the more he enjoyed wrestling. The brown bear loved to roughhouse with men. Though it was a rare
you
soldier
guys.
who was
Sorry, I don't know any soldiers that are just like, yeah, I'm gonna go wrestle a bear today for fun.
No.
We just have fun when we wrestle.
No.
That's dangerous.
I would not wrestle a bear.
That's freaking cool. Wouldn't that be awesome if that was your grandpa came and you tell you your stories from his military days and he's like, yeah, I used to wrestle his bear.
Exactly. Or he served with the bear.
Yeah.
He was the bear's caretaker.
But still, I used to wrestle the bear.
That is
Can you imagine one of the soldiers going on a date and talking to his date and being like, you know, this weekend I was wrestling a bear. She's like, yeah, I'm sure you were.
I
Sure
gotta
you were.
go. I gotta go
wrestle a bear. That's freaking awesome, Poland. This is epic and legendary all in the same time. And actually hard to believe, but we know it's true. But it still feels like this is a fairy tale of...
It does. It's so cool.
It just doesn't seem real. I know it is, but it's so interesting and so fascinating and just cool.
The brown bear loved to roughhouse with men.
Crazy.
Though it was a rare soldier who was brave enough to earnestly tussle with Wojtek.
But they
no
did.
troops ever got seriously injured, but it was common for a wrestling match to end with someone's body getting scratched or someone's clothes getting shredded.
Wasn't
and
the
that
bears.
someone was never Wojtek. Perhaps that's why most of the men prefer to watch from the sidelines. As a side note, a friend who urges you to wrestle with a bear may not be your friend.
Exactly.
I bet he did.
Wojtek's behavior was influenced by his peer group, who happened to be war-hardened men with advanced skills in carousing. It's a tough environment for an impressionable young bear. Wojtek adopted their habits and fit right in. He had his own mug that he used to drink beer and wine from, and when it was empty, Wojtek would look mournfully at the cup until it was refilled.
Oh,
He
goodness.
also begged for cigarettes, though he insisted someone lit them before he would accept.
Seriously?
Typically, after one puff, Wojtek would swallow it whole. Come to where the flavor is. When he was young, Wojtek traveled with the company from site to site in whatever cab of whatever truck had room. But as Wojtek grew, he tipped the scale at 500 pounds, and it was harder to find any vehicle that had room for him to ride
I was
shotgun.
wondering.
So he was
That's insane that they let him ride up front in the cab.
Right? I was wondering how the heck he was
I
fitting
know.
in there.
I thought they
and
just put him in the back, but
I would think that he
clearly
would
not.
Well, what else would they put him in?
I'm gonna say teach him how to drive.
No, he's still a
I know
bear.
it'd still be cool. You can imagine.
pounds,
Oh, Lord.
and it was harder to find any vehicle that had room for him to ride shotgun.
Excuse me.
So he was upgraded to one of the company's recovery trucks.
Oh, come
A
on.
recovery truck is like a tow truck, but military-sized and used to move tanks. For Wojtek, it was a
Okay.
traveling home, like an RV built for a bear.
Can you imagine him being in the tank, though? That's what I thought he was going to say. And the bear just sticking out the top of the tank, just like,
Sticking his head out.
"Sup?" No, I mean, I think all militaries would just be like, yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
Like,
You're training bears.
here comes
too.
a tank with a bear in it. Like, that would be pretty epic. I mean, this is already too epic as it
Mhm.
is, but it was a truck that pulls these? What is
Yeah,
that?
like
Okay.
a tow truck.
And used to move tanks. For
Gotcha.
Wojtek, it was a traveling home, like an RV built for a bear. He spent his trips lounging on the recovery truck's bed and alleviating his boredom by climbing the crane to get a view of the surroundings.
It's awesome.
Nice.
This is insane.
Wojtek
This was
wasn't
our-
the only animal who accompanied soldiers in the Second World War, although
No.
he likely was the only bear on the battlefield. Some animals, like
course.
anti-tank dogs, served grim but useful purposes, while others were brought to battle as a mascot. Whenever he encountered other animals, Wojtek was always friendly. The
Really?
soldiers of the 22nd Transport Company loved to talk about the encounters between Wojtek and Kasia the monkey and Kirkuk the dog, two of the war's most famous animal combatants.
I don't know them.
Consider them
Who
We
are
don't
they?
know.
We don't know them. I want to.
Yeah, we have more things to look up.
We have a lot more things. We know a lot of the dogs.
Yes.
I don't know that specific one and the monkey. No. What were their names again?
The 22nd Transport Company loved to talk about the encounters between Wojtek and Kasia the monkey and Kirkuk the dog, two of the war's most famous animal combatants. Consider them the A-list celebrity animals of the day.
Oh, I want to know more. Scorpion.
Wojtek never suffered a bullet or shrapnel wound,
Oh, no.
but he did encounter a life-threatening injury. Wojtek was once stung on the nose by a scorpion. Such an injury is often lethal. In fact, his
Yeah.
friend Kirkuk the dog succumbed to a scorpion sting. Wojtek's friend Henrik was beside himself. He refused to leave the bear's side, doing all in his power to help nurse Wojtek back to health. For the first day and a half, the situation was critical, and it looked as if Wojtek might not make it. The soldiers
it.
feared the worst.
He makes it.
But Wojtek fought back, and against all odds, overcame the scorpion's venom. Within days, he was back to his carousing ways.
Days. Oh.
As the 22nd Transport Company received their assignment and was sent to the Italian battlefront in 1943, Wojtek had to be left behind in Palestine due to regulations that prohibited animals in combat. An active war front is typically not an ideal place for a bear, but
I agree.
Wojtek was not
True.
a typical bear. To get around the regulation,
What?
Wojtek was officially enlisted in the Polish army. He was even given his own
What?
paycheck, rank, and serial number.
Stop.
That is awesome.
This couldn't have gotten cooler, and then it
Uh-huh.
just got cooler.
I know. Got his own rank and everything. A
He
paycheck.
got enlisted into the Polish army.
That is so
Poland.
awesome.
Um,
Absolutely.
I need to hear that again because it's just like the coolest thing to get around it.
Mm-hmm.
Who approved it?
Did
That's
he get a
just
uniform?
freaking awesome.
I think it's great.
Did he get a uniform?
I know. Could you see him with the little uniform on? A
No.
little vest.
I don't. Who's gonna put it on him? The same guys that wrestle it off of him. This is
The guy that hung
amazing.
out with him all the time.
This is the coolest story ever.
Wojtek was not a typical bear.
No,
To
he
get
wasn't.
around the regulation, Wojtek was officially enlisted in the Polish army. He was even given his own paycheck, rank, and serial number.
I love
This
this.
helped ensure his participation was recorded, and the world knew under which flag Wojtek served. Though there was confusion and likely a bit of aggravation about transporting a bear to the Italian battlefront, the Polish troops eventually got their way.
This is insanely awesome.
In Italy, there were a series of fortifications known as the Winter Line. In 1944, the Germans held the western portion of that line, and the Allies determined that breaking through that line near a rocky hill known as Monte Cassino would give them access to the Italian capital of Rome. Atop the hill was an abbey that had been converted into a fearsome stronghold. The abbey ultimately withstood 3 assaults before the Allies drove its inhabitants backwards into Rome. During one of these assaults, Wojtek's pal Henrik, serving as an artillery spotter, pulled forward into battle and had to leave his bear friend behind. Left among the men who armed and manned the guns, Wojtek refused to sit idly by. Mimicking the behavior of the soldiers around him, Wojtek began to lift massive crates of ammunition and carry them towards the cannons, disregarding the gunfire and making himself useful throughout the assault.
Seriously.
That is incredible.
I have to keep pausing this because I'm going to talk over everything. Really?
That's incredible. He was just watching and said, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's what you all are doing.
Well, he's enlisted, man. He's doing his job.
I know.
Wow.
That is
the actual
so
heck.
cool.
I'm picturing a bear lifting those up and helping.
Uh-huh.
I can't see that in my imagination even. Can you imagine seeing it with your own eyes being there?
No.
Wow.
And making himself useful throughout the assault.
That's insanely cool.
By the time Monte Cassino was in the hands of the Allies, more than 70,000 men on both sides had lost their lives. When the chaos of battle settled, the troops were able to rest, and word of Wojtek's exploits spread. His fearless actions and loyalty in battle made him a hero among the 22nd Transport Company. In honor of Wojtek's deeds, the official seal of the 22nd Transport Company was changed to feature Wojtek marching towards cannon fire, a shell in each hand.
The
logo was then featured prominently on vehicles, uniforms, and the like.
How cool.
After the war, the 22nd Transport Company moved to rural Scotland, where they were stationed at an airfield near the village of Hutton. The soldiers Wojtek had spent the previous 3 years following into battle were restationed or sent home. One by one, they came to say goodbye to their furry friend. Wojtek's battle adventures were ending, but his time in the spotlight was just beginning. Word spread that there was a Syrian brown bear nearby, and Wojtek became a local celebrity among the Scottish people. He was profiled in stories, visited by locals, and inducted into local organizations such as the Polish-Scottish Association.
Okay, now I'm mad at you, UK. You didn't tell us.
I know.
You guys knew too.
Why does it take this long to find out about this?
Yeah, what the heck? So he was into what? I'm sorry.
Local celebrity among the Scottish people. He was profiled in stories, visited by locals, and inducted into local organizations such as the Polish-Scottish Association.
Huh. Corporal.
Wow.
Oh, to the zoo. Edinburgh. Children's show. Shut up.
This is incredible.
Aw. The Polish soldiers came and visited him.
As they should. That's incredible.
That's really awesome. I wonder what show he was on, what children's show he was on.
I know.
That's really neat.
That's incredible. Way to go, Scotland. Thanks you for accepting him into your zoo.
Yeah. And the Polish soldiers that make that visit over to see him again. That's really cool. Wanting a cigarette. Wow. Oh, that's it. It's a short lifespan. Really. Aw. I'm glad. Oh, I'm not. Wow. What a story. What a story. What a story. I have no words for this. This is like one of the coolest things I've ever heard in my life. It's beautiful. There's a happy ending.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it.
Right.
If someone was just telling me about it, I'd be like, no.
It sounds like totally.
There's not a bear serving in the military.
No.
But clearly there was, and that is amazing. And I'm so glad that he made it through the war.
Yeah.
Was able to form that bond with the soldiers.
And
not only for him, but for the soldiers to have that morale, that
retired
connection.
a corporal, man.
I know.
I mean, he was a corporal. He got a paycheck.
Got enlisted. That's awesome.
That's insane. He went to Italy.
Uh-huh.
He helped out. Wow,
Yes.
Poland. Wow. And then that connection with Scotland, too, in the UK at the end. That's just so cool. And such an incredible story. What a great bear. What great people, to...
Beautiful.
I don't know what to say to this. This is insane. I'm so glad we looked a little bit more into this. I know there's probably a lot more to the story, but still, There's got to be movies or books. We'll have to look and check out some books and things. But if you liked this, I don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah.
Please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. I wonder, I doubt it. It'd be a stretch. If anyone watching had family, in the past that had ever gotten to meet him, we'd love to know.
Or did you ever go to the zoo and meet him, see him?
Possibly. Yeah,
it's a
maybe.
possibility.
That's possible. See, 63, right? Was when he died? Dang. Wow, what an episode, what a video, what a life, what a story, it's literally incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hope you liked this half as much as we did. And we will see you back on the next episode of the Natasha and Debbie Show. Until then, and as always, please love like jazz.
Be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.
Bye.